Hello, challengers. Welcome to our week 0, day 3. Today is our day 3 video for you. And again, you probably haven't received your kit in the mail yet. Maybe you have. You learned yesterday about how to log into Beachbody On Demand so you can access your program materials. And today we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about the container system. I think pretty much all of you in our group are going to be using the container system for the particular program that you're going to be doing this month. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is an app. Let's see if I can find it right down there. That is the 21-Day Fix app. Now, that is an app for iPhone. It's free for iPhone. If you have an Android, there is an app. I think Android people want you to pay for it. Sorry about that. So in this particular app, even if you're not doing 21-Day Fix, this is a way that you can track your containers. So yesterday we talked about how to figure out how many containers you get for the day. Today we're going to talk about how to track those. The cool thing about this app is if I tap on containers, bringing that up. Oh, I don't know if you're going to be able, there, you'll be able to see it a little bit. And if I tap on veggies, it will give me a food list on my phone of all the different foods I can put in my green container for my veggies. And if I track on 21-Day Tracker, it will show me for day 1 the name of the program, and I can start actually tapping on these and telling it how many containers I just ate for breakfast. I can change the number here for the green container thing. So that's one way of tracking. Another way of tracking is with your program. This is Country Heat, but there's one for 21-Day Fix and Quarter Force too. There are tally sheets that are blank sheets that you can fill in. You can photocopy these or print them out from your computer. And it would go something like this. This person gets this many containers per day. And as they eat their different meals, they tally it up so that they can be sure that at the end of the day at 9 o'clock at night when they're done eating, that they have the right number of containers that they ate for the day, okay? And then in your program guide, for each one of the containers, there's a whole list of foods that you can choose to put in your containers, okay? So today, what I want you to do is I want you to go through the food list and either highlight or just write it down with pencil and paper, which are the foods that you enjoy eating. So for the red container, if you hate sardines, why are you going to put sardines in there? Why are you going to put that on your shopping list? You're going to go through each of the pages, or again, log into Beachbody On Demand. You theoretically could print the pages out or print the whole thing out like I did. And I want you to go through each container and sort of decide what are the foods that you might be interested in eating during the 30 or 21 days of your program. So app, pencil and paper, go through the food list, jot down. You also might do a rough meal plan and just, how you always have some idea of what you want to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? We all have some idea. Jot it down. Jot it down. In our page, I don't have them in front of me, but I have blank meal planners that you can print out. If you go to the file section of our page, you can print out the blank meal planners, and I have one for each of the calorie brackets. And maybe jot down. So here's what a day might look like for you. And I'm just going to, plop things out of my brain. Your breakfast might be egg whites, which is a red container, and spinach sauteed in your frying pan, which is a green container, with a side of berries, which is your purple container. Maybe you'll have a slice of toast, which is your yellow container. One slice of toast is a yellow. And maybe you'll have a teaspoon of peanut butter on that toast. So that is one of your teaspoons. And then what you would do is you would, either through your app or on pencil and paper, you would log in. So you would check off one green container for your spinach, one fruit container for your berries, one red container for the egg whites, one carb container for the toast you had, one teaspoon for the teaspoon of peanut butter you put on your toast. Maybe your lunch will be leftover grilled chicken from the night before, which is a red container. And maybe you'll have some brown rice that you made on Sunday for your yellow container. And maybe you'll have some broccoli that you steamed on Sunday for your green container. Maybe as a snack, you would like some apples, so that's a purple container. Maybe you'll bring some baby carrots. That's a green container. And maybe for dinner, you'll decide to make salmon and green beans and brown rice or sweet potatoes. So you can make this very easy with minimal prep, or you can make it, you know, more where you're going to be cooking things. A minimal prep day where you don't have to cook anything would look like this. You might have whole grain toast for breakfast with some peanut butter on it and your Shakeology. You might have Greek yogurt with frozen berries that you defrosted for lunch or a snack. Maybe you'll have rolled up ham or turkey, some baby carrots, and you'll grab a pear out of your refrigerator. And maybe for dinner, you're going to be running late because kids are in sports, and you'll pick up a rotisserie chicken at the grocery store. Maybe you'll pick up some steamable green beans at the grocery store and even some steamable brown rice at the grocery store. Maybe you will grab some nuts out of the can. That would be your blue container. And maybe you'll have some wheat thing crackers as a snack. That would be a yellow container. Again, though, you just have to make sure that you're not having too many of a certain container. That's where the rationing out comes. You have to make sure that you're not just saying, oh, let me have 70 yellow containers for the day, right? So throughout the day, as you're planning, you have to sort of say, wow, I only get 2 yellow containers for the whole day. We all love our carbs. Where are you going to put those 2 yellows? You're going to have them for breakfast and dinner. You're going to have them for breakfast and lunch. Maybe you want 3 cups of popcorn after dinner as a snack. That's a yellow container. So you have to decide where you're going to plot those through your day. Most of us really like our carbs, so that's where you're going to really need to figure things out, okay? Same with your fruits. Some of you are only going to get 2 fruits for the day because fruits have carbs and they have calories and they have natural sugars. Where do you enjoy having your fruit? Do you like fruit as a snack? You want an apple, you know, in the middle of the day at work? Or do you enjoy having fruit as a dessert after dinner? It doesn't matter where you put your containers throughout the day, but you can't go over, right? One last thing in today's video, when you're looking at the food list, just keep in mind that the foods on the top 1/3 of the list are the healthier choices. For the yellow container, sweet potatoes are on the very top of the list. They're very nutrient dense. They're very good for you. Tortillas are on the very bottom of the list. That means, yes, you can still eat them. They're on the list. Do I want you to eat corn tortillas every day? Probably not, because they're not as nutrient dense. They're not as good for you. So part of what we focus on here is clean eating. We want you to get the most bang for your buck out of the foods you eat. So really good would be to choose foods off the top 1/3 of the list. But again, you absolutely can eat foods on the bottom of the list too. For the red container, turkey bacon's on the very bottom. Hey, we want you to live a little. Turkey bacon. Do I want you to eat turkey bacon every day? Not really, right? Boneless, skinless chicken or turkey breast is on the very top of the list, along with sardines. But who really likes sardines? So that is our day 3 video. A little bit more introduction into those containers, figuring out how to either use your app if you're an app person or pencil and paper. And again, I want you to start thinking about what you might enjoy for breakfast, lunch, dinners, and snacks, and how that's going to fit in with your allotment of containers. Okay, guys? Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.